There is a big problem with Prime Hydration, the beverage company launched by Logan Paul and KSI. The company was started with the goal of making the founders billionaires, but after a year of operations, it's clear that achieving that goal will be more difficult than anticipated. This video will explore how Prime was started and how much it's worth today, the challenges Prime Hydration faces, and how a major scandal involving one of its co-founders exposed a major problem with the brand to the world. Logan Paul achieved millionaire status through his YouTube success and other business ventures.
I was like, hey Jake, wanna hear something crazy? He's like, yeah. I was like, 3 days ago, I sold $1 million in merch in one day, Yeah, I was like, no, wait. You know what's even crazier? He's like, yeah. I was like, I did the same thing the next day. And then I was like, let me stop you there. I did the same thing the day after that.
But making $3 million in 3 days was far from his real goal.
How many self-made billionaires are there under 30? It can't be more than 10. That's cool to me. How many kids will that inspire?
On August 18th, 2021, Logan Paul announced he'd be launching an NFT project called CryptoZoo, which the team believed would be worth anywhere from $20 million to $200 million. However, things took a turn for the worse when a series of poor management decisions and potentially criminal activity led to the failure of the project's development. This resulted in millions of dollars of losses for investors who had no idea with all the issues behind the scenes on the project. The secretive failure of CryptoZoo must have also reignited Logan's fear of being canceled by the public. This fear stemmed from an incident in 2017 where he filmed and posted a video of a dead body in a Japanese suicide forest, which received widespread backlash and resulted in him losing many brand partnerships. So he kept the extent of CryptoZoo's failure hidden from the public, likely out of a fear of a similar negative reaction, and on the advice of his legal team. It was time to move on to the next business venture. Sometime during the summer of 2021, Logan Paul met with Congo Brands, a Kentucky-based consumer packaged goods company, to discuss creating a mass-market beverage that could appeal to a global audience. Congo Brands had the expertise, and Logan Paul had the eyeballs watching him. To help with making the product appealing outside of the US, Logan needed the help of someone who had been his biggest rival for some time, KSI, one of the largest content creators in the UK.
Like, I still have the DM you messaged me with, being like, yo, I've got an idea.
Dude, you know how hard that was for me?
Yo, shit, really?
Historically, like, y'all hated each other. Like, we hated each other, dude.
It seemed like a no-brainer for Logan to pursue this idea, but at some point during the early stages of the new product's development, the CryptoZoo failure would have been in full swing. Logan faced a tough decision: reveal the failure of CryptoZoo and start fresh with launching his new brand, or keep the failure a secret and push forward.
Is the issue with crypto, though, that because you've been involved in multiple things before, has that impacted your reputation in the world?
100%.
How does it make you feel when people are doing these takedown videos about your NFT projects previously?
It's sad because there's so much shit going on behind the scenes. Like, the more I talk about something, the more attention it will get. And I will explain everything one day with my manager.
He decided to pursue the new opportunity and launch what would be called Prime Hydration and keep the CryptoZoo failure a secret rather than have a scandal halt the new venture before it even got started. But on October 1st, 2021, as Logan was deep in the development of Prime Hydration, a potential disaster was brewing. A note from Coffeezilla, an investigative YouTuber whose videos exposing scams regularly receive millions of views, appeared in Logan's direct messages, requesting comment on an investigation he was conducting into the potential failure of CryptoZoo. Logan didn't respond. But no matter, because now it was
I guess so.
once arch enemies due to the build-up, smack talk, and diss tracks surrounding Logan and KSI's 2018 and 2019 boxing matches. Over time, they began to build respect for one another and were the perfect match to launch Prime.
We've had like parallel careers pretty much our whole life. In my eyes, it was almost inevitable that we came together at one point, and I think we're at that intersection right now.
At the end of 2021, Logan and KSI began promoting what looked to be a final boxing match between the two. Then, on a January 4th, 2022 Instagram Live, with over 500,000 people watching, they made an announcement.
We have created our own drink company. Yes!
The company was called Prime Hydration and was launched to create a fantastic hydration drink that can fuel any lifestyle. Prime launched a line of 5 fruit-flavored sports drinks, naturally flavored containing 10% coconut water, BCAAs, antioxidants, and electrolytes. They were available to purchase on the drinkprime.com website and at major US retailers before expanding to the UK shortly after. Logan and KSI's marketing tactics were a major boost to the brand. Logan shared a series of viral videos involving Prime, including one of his friend drinking Prime before jumping out of a helicopter, and another where a monkey stole a bottle of Prime from his bag. Logan and KSI released a YouTube video going undercover at Walmart, encouraging patrons to try Prime, getting millions of views. Logan drank Prime during his wrestling match against Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship in Saudi Arabia. KSI also promoted Prime during his boxing promotion Misfits events, and Prime partnered with the giant English soccer club Arsenal to be their official hydration partner. Fans swarmed grocery stores, and a third-party Twitter account was even created to help people find stores that weren't already sold out of Prime. However, there were challenges. Popular YouTuber and health commentator Derek of More Plates, More Dates released a video on October 11th, 2022 titled "Logan Paul Crossed the Line, Scientifically Dismantling Prime Hydration," which was viewed nearly 2 million times.
This is not the same stratification of electrolytes. So when he lumps them together as if it is an electrolyte is an electrolyte, it's like, do you know the composition of sweat that even comes out of your face when you're exercising, bro? I don't think so. I think you think that this is all the same. And for you to go at Liquid IV, ready to like chop their head off when you don't even know what the difference is and why it would be useful to maybe have some sodium in there, is actually kind of laughable, to be honest. You are way the below the threshold, bro. Like, you're way off the mark from something that is effective, in my opinion, for an actual performance formula.
Due to high demand and low supply, especially in the UK, a black market for Prime also emerged.
No, honestly, people are just selling on the black market. As the employees aren't even putting it on the shelves anymore. They're like, what's the point? I put it on the shelf, it's gone instantly. I'm just going to sell it on the black market myself.
Nevertheless, Prime had a remarkable 2022. They expanded with new flavors, launched a line of hydration powder sticks, and announced an upcoming expansion to multiple new countries. Total retail sales for their first year in business was $250 million. With the deep parasocial relationships that Logan and KSI had with their audience, from sharing so much of their personal lives online, as a fan, buying Prime felt like a chance to bring the digital world into the real world. Prime wasn't just a lifestyle beverage, it was transforming into an iconic brand, a statement, a collectible, and everything in between. But was it enough to make Logan Paul and KSI billionaires?
If you sell, what do you think you sell that for?
My number is $5 billion for Prime, which I think we'll hit in 3 years.
If Logan's goal is to sell Prime for $5 billion and he wants to be a billionaire after the sale, he likely owns about 20% of the business. This is probably similar to KSI. Comparing Prime to another energy drink brand recently acquired, we can estimate how much sales Prime would need to earn in a year to be worth $5 billion. In November 2021, Coca-Cola purchased the remaining 85% ownership of Body Armor for $5.6 billion. Body Armor is estimated to have done about $1.4 billion in retail sales that year. Using this deal as a comparable, Body Armor was valued at 4.7 times retail sales. For Prime to sell for $5 billion, all else being equal, it would need to do about $1 billion in a single year while continuing to grow. Today, the company would only be valued at about $1.2 billion, making Logan and KSI's hypothetical 20% stakes in the business each worth $235 million. Not quite billionaires yet, but well on their way. That is until Coffeezilla's YouTube video investigating Logan Paul's biggest scam was released on December 16th, 2022. This would be the first of 3 videos documenting the CryptoZoo scandal, which were all viewed millions of times. Popular creators weighed in on the scandal.
Super disappointing to see for somebody who I thought was on a redemption trail, who had matured quite a bit, whose content I thought was really amazing. But it seems like Logan Paul's main ability is to hype things up, create a lot of attention around things, make good videos, but not to follow through, be a good, ethical, and moral actor as somebody with a lot of power and a lot of fans.
Logan knew he needed to act fast to change the narrative. Instead of taking ownership and admitting fault, he went on the attack. He decided to film a response video and address the issues on his popular podcast, Impulsive. Surely he was concerned with how the videos would be perceived, but a percentage of people hated anything Logan did. He likely felt the vast majority would take his side. Creating the videos even felt like a significant relief. He could finally speak on the issue after being told to keep quiet by his legal team for so long.
And for a year I was told I couldn't say anything. And then Coffeezilla series came out and I fucking called you guys and I said, I'm making a statement. I don't give a fuck. Yep. I spent days writing this thing. What he did do is got me to speak about it. And I'm actually grateful for that.
Unfortunately, Logan's worst fears came true. On January 3rd, 2022, Logan Paul released a video on YouTube titled My Response to Coffeezilla's Scam Allegations.
I got everything stolen from me in our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it.
Reaction to his videos was damaging and widespread. The phrase "from prime to crime" was circulated online. Instead of getting everyone to see his side of the story, the video only made people more angry with Logan.
Didn't deny the stealth launch, didn't mention whether he got money from the egg selling, didn't deny any of the market manipulating. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's the juice, man. That's the shit that, like, involves you. The fact that you hired other scammers who ended up scamming you in your endless endeavor to scam others doesn't change the reality.
After doing everything he could to rebuild his reputation, Logan's redemption arc was collapsing around him.
And honestly, it sucks that after years of personal reform, going through trials and tribulations, and busting my ass to evolve into a person that I can say I'm actually proud of, you led the charge to drive and monetize a narrative telling millions of people that I'm a fraud or I tried to scam my audience. That is patently false.
And at this moment, he likely realized if he wanted to protect everything he'd worked so hard for, he needed to take public ownership of his failure and try to make things right for investors immediately. Logan removed his response video to Coffeezilla from YouTube and released a new apology video on his second YouTube channel titled Thank You, Coffeezilla.
Coffeezilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. We want to offer a rewards program for players who are disappointed in the status of the game. I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million right now for players who want to get out. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for how this has unfolded thus far.
While the apology went a long way, still not everyone was happy. Coffeezilla later released a video sharing he still had some distaste for the response.
Not really a perfect response either. There are still major problems here. Like, for example, many of the victims just have been ignored in this response. A lot of accusations have gone unanswered, and worse, Logan still seems to be playing the victim a lot.
But what we learned from all of this is the problem with Prime. Creators like Logan and KSI push the boundaries of everything they're involved in, sometimes leading to significant backlash. And it's clear Prime is much more closely tied to the personal brands of Logan and KSI than either of them would want to admit. There will be new big wins coming down the line for the brand, like partnering with the UFC, but also more scandals. And how much does this discount the value of Prime Hydration as a business to someone like Coca-Cola as a potential acquisition target? What would happen when the company is sold and Logan and KSI are gone? Will people still rush to grocery stores to get a bottle? Will people start caring more about the product's quality or lack thereof if it doesn't have the halo effect of two mega YouTubers surrounding it?
Prime, okay. It's like swallowing perfume. What is that? What to give out of 10? 0.
Only time will tell. I'm Calvin Crutchlow. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos like these, and thank you for watching.